Let's talk about nature. The way trees have deep roots, roots so deep that coil beneath the soil and resemble family. In the same manner trees are being cut, ties are being severed off the family tree that I know and love. The sky and rivers are polluted with this sickness for which there is no cure. This silence that has spread like a disease to infect our hopes and dreams. The symptoms include scabbed knees for walking, swollen tongues for talking, dotted flesh as a result of chemical alteration in an attempt to relieve dark skin of its curse. This dark skin that I've inherited somewhere between a blessing and a lesson for past transgressions. Let's talk about color, and how there are so many on the wheel, yet there is only one that matters whenever recognition is concerned. All others are alienated, underappreciated, not worthy of the ground they swell upon, undeserving of proper establishment. How dare you label my radiance as an absence of good, void of the precious virtues I cultivate in bouts of sadness and self-shame? These bright colors that paint a vivid picture of civilization, or lack thereof. While my property is pillaged right from under my nose, you have the audacity to claim the rest of us. Along with the stolen goods reflecting in your sneer, I see colors that are not your own. Let's talk about culture. The way it is appropriated in a frame which switches out the real OGs for demons. Hip-hop is just that nigga music until white boys spit some mad rhymes on a corner. Suddenly, an art form passed down from one oppressed generation to another as an outlet for all the rough edges and loose ends demanded by a society full of hatred to be tucked and trimmed is reduced to another nameless victim. There is only one bullet with too many targets, always the same game or different names and players, all with one life too short. Lies want to claim that ownership is an abstract conceptualization of the black minds. How about I conceptualize me putting my foot through your abstraction of bullshit? I like to talk about these things because they don't like to talk about these things because my substance is threatening. Colored tongues are arraigned for being too direct in the United States of hypocrisy, land of the lies and home of the bastards that breed raging supremacists at the same rate concrete absorbs blood full of melanin and sweet liberalism. I might have talked about privilege, if I had any. The privilege to shut up and sit down, maybe. The privilege to house a soldier that will march out to war where the enemies are at home and have him return to the tomb from which he suckled out of me. The esteemed honor to lie amongst the fallen and confuse life with death in combat where the losers win and the winners die. Time after time, a long-fought battle between the good and the evil, the light and the dark, the aliens and the Homo sapiens that have more power than they can control and never deserved in the first place. Let's talk about the end and the beginning. The beginning of this curse and the beginning of nature and the beginning of when color even mattered. While we're talking about it, we can keep on talking about it until it actually does someone some good, not promising that it ever will. We can talk about it until our tombs are wombs again. We can talk about it until words turn catatonic and are ripped from our throats again, until the temple at which senators pray for forgiveness that will never come for them burns to the ground and is nothing but mounds of black ash. From dust we arose, and to dust we shall return, though not before we have a chance to talk about the color of privilege and the nature of us as a whole, not divided. So let's talk until our tongues shrivel. If this is the only thing we can do, eye to eye, knee to knee, palms empty and clean, let's talk.